Alafia and greetings. I am Iya Fagbamila, and this is Truth Be Told Tuesday. Um, on this beautiful Tuesday, I need to check the calendar because I'm not even sure. Uh, Tuesday, September 17th. Yes. On this beautiful Tuesday, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about rogation, head rogations, and head cleanings. But before I talk about that, I want to say that this space or this platform is not just about the religion of Ifa or the spiritual practice of Ifa. I'm a whole person. I got a lot going on in life. I have real children, real friends and family, and life is happening every day. And this space is not just about Ifa. This is about things that are happening in life, in the lives of people. And I wanted a space where I could be able to touch up on some of those topics. Like, let's talk about some of the things that people are going through or people are experiencing. And using my wisdom of Ifa or my wisdom of years, just the time that I've spent on the earth, to just kind of give some people some peace of mind or some direction in terms of what they can do or how they can navigate some of the things that they're going through. Because like it says, this is Ileoya is, or this particular platform is the wisdom of an Ifa priest. But not just from being an Ifa priest, just from living. Because I've had to have experiences to kind of speak on some of the things that I speak on. Because I speak on my personal experience. Not no he say, she say, what I've gone through, and just kind of helping you navigate some of the things that you may find yourself dealing with on your spiritual journey, whether it's with Ifa or any other spiritual practice. Just sharing my experience in hopes that it can help somebody else in theirs. So rogation, the head rogation, and why I'm bringing that up is because it's so important for me to just share that, like I said, I'm a whole person, right? The clarity that I have, or the peace of mind that I have, comes from knowing that my hand is an energy all by itself. My eyes are an energy all by itself. The nose, the mouth, the ears, the arms, the legs, my whole body is created or developed with separate working parts that come together to work together. And I know it may sound a little crazy, like, what the hell is she talking about? What I'm trying to explain is that being holy is being conscious of your whole self. Understanding that the body is made up of different parts, and all of these parts have kind of like a purpose of their own, right? And then you have your soul, and your soul has its purpose, but it is the soul's purpose of your whole existence, right? That needs to be accomplished. The soul is the reason why you exist in the first place, right? And then you have the mind. The mind is separate from the brain. The brain needs its own level of development. The mind is in an essence the part of you that is connected to the source. It's the part of you that's connected to the soul, and the soul is connected to the source. So the soul is getting its information and sharing it with the mind, and then through the support of the brain, it's giving the body instructions on what needs to be done, right? So that we can complete our mission. And I say we, I'm talking about me, my whole self. It's a whole bunch of us trying to get this done. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not crazy. I just probably having a difficult time trying to make it make sense to you. But with that being said, like, I understand that my mouth, my tongue, has a desire to taste certain things that may not be good for my gut. They may not be good for the whole body, right? Sometimes I want to eat things that may taste good. So I am appeasing or satisfying the tongue, but it's not good for the rest of the body. And I have to make a conscious decision to say, hey, well, you know that's not good for the rest of us, but I respect the fact that it's something that you like, so we can have it today, and maybe we'll just have a little piece of it. So sometimes I might eat a Twix. I know a Twix is not the best thing for me, but it appeases the tongue. My tongue likes to taste it. So every now and then I will go ahead and I'll eat a Twix, and then I talk to the legs and say, hey, we got to go in the gym and we got to run that Twix off. We got to run that calorie off. We got to burn that off, and every now and then I have to check the hands, because sometimes I'm holding on to things that I should have let go a long time ago, so I got to say, why are we still holding on to this? Let this go, and this is how I kind of find a level of peace with myself. I don't get frustrated with my whole self when the hand has held on to something that I should have let go a long time ago. I didn't hold on to it. I blame it on my hands. I say, you know what, you should have let that go. And then, between me, the hand, and the brains, we decide to let it go. Sometimes I find myself talking about things that I ain't got no business talking about. And I'll get a message that say, shut up. Stop talking. That ain't your business. And then I got to check the mouth and say, ooh, and walk away. And I don't get angry with myself, because it wasn't all of me that did that. It was the mouth. Because the mouth is an energy by itself. If you got a husband that likes looking at pretty ladies, don't get mad at him. It's the eyes. The eyes just happen to like what it see. You just got to tell them, you just keep on here, and I'm going to knock you in one of them eyes. You talk to the eyes directly. Hey, stop having my husband look at all these other pretty women, or I'm going to punch you. And you tell your husband, baby, I'm not going to hit you. I'm going to hit that eye. So then your husband got to start talking to the eyes and say, hey, man, don't cause all of us to get hurt. And then the eyes will get in check. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, all of these are separate energies. And you got to deal with them separately. You got to acknowledge them separately. You got to feed them separately. Like, there are certain foods, certain vitamins that you have to eat specifically for eye health, to take care of the eye. There are certain things that you have to do to take care of your muscles, your ligaments and your joints, because they're separate. So if I kind of helps you understand your whole self, and that's one of the reasons why I love this culture, is because it kind of puts you in a position where you don't have to take on all of the shame or an embarrassment of the things in life that you may or may not have done, because you understand that there's more to you than just what beats the eye. There's more to you than just what people see. There's a whole host of energies and forces that have come together to make you who you are. And balancing that is not easy. And that's why in E5 we have something called a head rogation. It's a head cleaning. Every now and then you got to appease the mind. Every now and then you got to get your head back into alignment with the body, so that the body is not giving instructions to the mind. The mind is instructing the body and making sure that the body is doing what it's supposed to do. Because sometimes the body is running wild. If we don't take care of the mind, if we don't every now and then do a head rogation or a head cleaning, appease the mind, the body will have us doing some things that we are utterly embarrassed of. Have us doing some things that we know we have no business doing. So I promise you, if you find yourself dealing with addiction, if you find yourself dealing with depression, if you find yourself looking in the mirror saying, why am I going through this? Why has life taken a toll on me in this manner? It's probably because you're out of alignment. It's probably because the mind is no longer taking instructions from the soul. It's taking instructions from the body. And when the body is guiding the mind, the soul's purpose is no longer being fulfilled. And that just creates havoc in your whole life. And it's sad, but it's true that sometimes because we're feeling physical gratification, or we're feeling personal gratification, we don't worry about everything or anyone else in our lives that may be affected negatively by this imbalance. And there used to be a time when mental illness was considered a spiritual thing or a religious thing. Nowadays, they're dealing with mental illnesses, or they're dealing with the imbalance in the brain with drugs, with medication. And a lot of times that's not what you need. A lot of times you need spiritual healing, and you need guidance, spiritual guidance. I saw a post, or I saw something yesterday that they were going to start allowing ministers and priests back into the schools to kind of help with the counseling and the guidance of young people that are having a difficult time navigating this system we call life, because it's hard balancing all the parts of the body and at the same time completing the soul's mission, right? And then all the other spirits and energies that are lurking around us that want to take possession of the body. Sometimes you find yourself around friends or people that are guiding you in the direction that you know you don't have no business being, but for some reason you don't know how to say no to them. And then you find yourself somewhere, and then 2 days later you're like, why did I let this person take me there? And then you're ashamed or embarrassed because you feel like you don't have any self-control. And it's because you don't. Because the body has taken control of the mind, and that is not the way it should be. The mind is supposed to be in control of the body. Find yourself a priest, a babalao, ianifa, somebody who has the knowledge of doing a head rogation, has the knowledge of doing a spiritual cleaning and divination. And also, more importantly, somebody that's dedicated to this work. Somebody that's not going to just do the rogation and leave you, right? Because for some people, the rogation may not just be a one-time thing. Sometimes for some people, they need a space where they can sit for maybe 3 days and detox, release some of the chemicals and some of the energies that have encamped upon them before the head rogation could actually start taking effect. Sometimes they need to be isolated and pulled away from their environment, or pulled away from the space or the people that have been influencing them. Because you can't do a head rogation sometimes for people and then send them right back into the environment that's creating the chaos and the confusion in the first place. So it's important that the priest or the spiritualist or the person that you're dealing with cares about you as an individual. That's why your spiritual family is so important. It's one thing to just go and get a reading from somebody. It's another thing to actually be a part of a village, be a part of a spiritual house or a spiritual community that really cares about your spiritual development, that really cares about you as an individual and as a person. So don't get so comfortable with just doing a reading and doing your sacrifice and going about your business. It takes a whole village. It takes a whole village, a whole tribe to kind of protect us and keep us safe and allowing us to navigate this system that we call life. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you, that a lot of us need to get some head cleanings, some rogations, and stop letting the body do what it want to do. Take back possession of yourself. Become whole again. Become your whole self again. Conscious of the body, conscious of the mind, and definitely conscious of your soul's purpose. Ashe, 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 oh.